Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is, so you want to buy a Can Am Spyder, or do you? And the reasons that I have a Can Am Spyder. Today's background video is a little bit selfish of me, but it's my daughter. She has a cooking show on the local cable channel in her city, and they post it up on on YouTube. So it's not her YouTube channel, but they do post her television show on YouTube. And here it is. She's also carrying my grandson right now, so I'll post a link to her video up here, and let's get started. So I'm going to kind of have some ride video going and just narrate my reasons for having a Can Am Spyder and reasons that you may want one or not. So in August of 2020, I began my journey of ownership of our Can Am Spyder F3 Limited. If you had told me 5 years before that I would have a Can Am, I would have told you you're crazy, or any trike for that matter. What a difference as you get older 5 years can make. So I had started researching them a bit, and I had came across Coach Bob 3's channel, and him and his wife had went on a very nice touring adventure, and they go places, and I just thought how much fun that would be. We had sold our Harley maybe a year before, and I was jonesing for another motorcycle. So here it's August, so I've went. I probably sold it in the wintertime, and I had went all spring and most of the summer without one. And so my wife and I had actually sat on the F3 and the RT at one point, and found the F3 was more comfortable for us. So I let a little time go by, and then I looked around at the 3 dealerships I have that are within about a 30-minute radius of our house here. And I found this one that was the only one they had. It was a leftover 2019, and they had, I guess, probably just unboxed it and put it out, and assembled it and put it out. They're a big Sea-Doo dealership, so they didn't have, and ATV, they didn't really have a lot of Spyders there. I think they had one of each, RT, F3, and a Riker. And so I bought it. In fact, I came home that evening, and we were sitting outside on the patio, and I told my wife, I said, we were talking about Can Am Spyders, and take a look at this one. I think I had my iPad out there, and I showed her a picture of the one that I had already bought. And she said, yeah, that's really nice. And I think she thought I was doing my usual look around at things, show her pictures, and then never do anything else about it. And I said, well, I'm glad you like it because I bought it. And of course she said, you didn't. And I said, yeah, I did. I'm going to go pick it up tomorrow. And that was a Friday. And so that Saturday morning, my son took me to the dealership to pick it up. Now, mind you, when I bought it the Friday before, I had test rode it on their little side street that you probably didn't get out of third gear. And it was just a very short little side road that went to the main highway. And I was a little afraid of it, and so I didn't want to ride it out in traffic. But I probably rode it for 20-30 minutes up and down that road, and made the decision to buy it. My son dropped me off, and off I go. And so, that's one of the reasons, I think, if you're watching this video and you're thinking about a Can Am Spyder, although I had come from 40 plus years of riding motorcycles, it's vastly different. So, riding a motorcycle prior to this Can Am really there's no advantage to it, honestly, other than using handlebars, because it's an automatic. So most motorcycles are not automatics, and it's a way different experience, but it is very easy to ride. So I hop on it, I shake the salesman's hand, and I take off. And again, it's about a 30-minute ride back to my house, and it's down the interstate. So I actually took the long back roads to get home. I didn't want to ride it on the interstate first try. And one thing I noticed when I was on the highway is it tended to weave back and forth quite quickly, just short little weaves. And I found out later it's because I had a death grip on the handlebars. So the Spyders don't like the death grip. You just really need to relax. And another Spyder owner told me that. He said, just relax your hands, relax your grip. And yes, that's exactly what you do. And then you will not experience the little darting weave that it has if you put the death grip on it. And one thing I noticed too when I was riding it is how stable it was, how sure-footed it was with 3 tires on the pavement. It handles so well, and so that was a nice surprise with it. I stopped at a convenience store about halfway on my journey home and bought a soda or something, and a couple people came up and was asking me about it. I was like, hey, I just bought it. I don't know very much about it. Here's the research I've done, but the thing tracks attention. If you don't like attention, don't buy a Can Am Spyder, because you're going to get attention almost everywhere you go, almost every time you stop. Be it a fuel stop, a restaurant, pub, it doesn't matter. You're going to get attention. It's a very social motorcycle. I wouldn't have started this YouTube channel had I not have bought the Can Am Spyder. So it's a very interesting vehicle to have. I really like to ride and unwind. Having buy-in from my wife is a big plus on it, and so it's less stress. Riding a two-wheeler can be a little bit more stressful because they're just a tiny bit more dangerous. You're definitely not going to fall over on it. You're not going to be at parking lot speeds and tip over, because it won't tip over. And because of it, my wife and I are planning a lot of upcoming trips. I mean, just this trip that you're watching here in the background was to Daytona with our friends, and we've got more trips on the horizon. I think spring and summer is going to be very busy on the Spyder. Now, I haven't lost my desire for a two-wheeler. It's definitely a different experience, but I think my body has lost its desire for a two-wheeler. So we'll see how that goes in the future. But I have also looked at the Rikers, and I think they're very affordable and cool little trikes to have. I say bike, I mean trike. So I've thought about one of those just to add to the stable to have to scoot around on. They're quite sporty. The cost of ownership has been extremely low. In fact, I've had no issues with this Spyder whatsoever. Other than buying accessories, and that's all personal, it really doesn't need anything. But I think that's just what we all do, whether the two-wheeler or three-wheeler, we always personalize it to fit things that we want. So that brings us to the question, should you buy one? It's totally up to you, be it an RT, an F3, a Riker, the limited models, the sport models. It's really all up to you. But if you love fun and adventures, if you like going places with your significant other, if you don't mind attracting attention, because you will, then a Spyder may be just right for you. Thanks for watching, guys.